What's up, everybody? This is Whiskey in the Six. I'm Rob. It is August. American Whiskey Month is over. Back to the liquid I cherish. Not that I didn't enjoy it. I always love American Whiskey Month, but I love my Scotch. Doing the Gordon MacPhail Linkwood 1984. This is a birthday bottle for me. It's 34 years old, just like myself. I turned 35 in October, so this one will be the same age as me for a few more months. This one was bottled in July of 2018. It's 58.1%. Like I said, it's 34 years old. Distilled, the barrel was filled anyway in 1984. So, like I said, this is my birth year bottle. Tracked this one down for quite some time. It took us some time to get it. When we got it, we made sure we capitalized. Jeremy and I split a bottle, and that's the remnants of it. And then I had to get one back up for myself for a future celebration of some sort. Gonna nose it, taste it, and give it a mark. But I'm gonna start by saying this one noses incredible, both with water and without water. But it really benefits from 2 or 3 drops of water. It's one of the few whiskeys I've ever had that literally can drastically change as far as 10% mark wise, and you're gonna find out why. Alright, so on the nose. So I'm gonna nose it a little bit without water, and I'm gonna add some water. I'm not gonna taste it without water because I know what it tastes like, and it honestly is one of those whiskeys, just add water right away. It gets way better right away. And we're not talking a small amount, like I said already. It's about a 10% difference. Beautiful nose on this. So this is one first fill sherry. This is one of 481 bottles. So not very many of these. The original price on these was hefty. All right, over $1,000 Canadian. All right, you can get these for probably about €700, depending on where you are in the world. They're obviously not readily available, only being 481 bottles. A little bit more than the Mortlock that I've done in the past, but not very many to go around at all. And the nose is just incredible. Honestly, it's like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich on the nose. You get these beautiful dessert-like qualities. Strawberry tarts, like a raspberry custard. There's a faint but definitely present chocolate note in there as well, but on the milk chocolate side. Just incredible nose on this. It's one of those whiskeys where if I had to rate it just on the nose, it would probably be like a 98. That's how good this nose is. Oh my gosh. Alright. Nose is incredible. Alright, I'm going to add a couple of drops of water, like I said, using my little fancy dropper over here. Bring this down to about 48. So I actually like that you have to add water to this because it lets the whiskey go a longer way. You pour yourself just under an ounce of this, add just enough to bring it over an ounce of liquid in the glass, and you got yourself a good sipping whiskey that you can sip for an hour, but you're going to want to nose this one for a long time. Beautiful. On the nose, water doesn't change it much. Still kind of smells the same, and that same is beautiful. On the palate, so much going on here. You get that peanut butter and jelly sandwich type note. The strawberries are there. The chocolate's there. Kind of like the finish of an espresso if you're used to having your espresso with maybe a little bit of sugar. I haven't had my espresso with sugar in a long time. This is definitely sweeter than an espresso, Great palate. Definitely benefits from water though, because it's really hot for some reason without. Wow. Just beautiful. Milk chocolate. That strawberry custard that I was talking about, or sorry, raspberry custard, strawberry compote of some sort. Like a strawberry cake or something. Like a strawberry farmer's market cake. So in Canada we have these farmer's market cakes that are basically brown sugar mixed with some sort of fruit on top of just a white cake, and it's incredible stuff. That's what I'm getting here. And now that I mentioned that, I'm definitely getting that on the nose as well. There is a butterscotch note to this as well. One of those whiskeys you really want to sit, savor, and enjoy. I can imagine if, obviously, I can imagine having this bottle, this next one here, over many years, and the start of it maybe is a little hot without water, but by the time you get to the halfway point and it's been a year or two that it's been open, I can imagine all that heat going away. This is 34 years old after all, so it's not young whiskey. It's pretty old. It's pretty expensive, so if you're going to get it, good idea is to split it with some friends. I've seen this marked upwards and around 100, and we're talking about experienced people that have given it a 100 out of 100. I do think that this palette with some water is a little bit better than the Mortlock that I had, the G&M Mortlock, which is this one up here. And the color, man, that color is dark on the Mortlock. But I will say that the Mortlock didn't benefit from water. It wasn't hot without water. It was perfect without water. It was perfect neat. Whereas the Linkwood truly benefits from some water, and for that reason, I don't think it's as good as the Mortlock. I actually like the Mortlock a little bit better. I'm gonna give this one a 95 though, because the palate is just beautiful. The nose is incredible. It doesn't have the intensity of oak that the Mortlock had. It's more fruit forward. And if you take your time with this, you're gonna absolutely love it. Honestly, it's a really great whiskey. A++. It's a 95 for me. I would give the slight edge to the Mortlock if comparing them side by side. But that being said, I can see why people would definitely put this one ahead. Most people add water to their whiskey. Doesn't matter what age, doesn't matter what ABV, they'll add water. So those types of people are definitely putting this higher than I am. I believe that whiskey should be judged in combination both neat and with some water, because a 15-year-old whiskey at cask strength can taste like it's drinking at 46% for whatever reason, and this doesn't happen here. That being said, the nose is, like I said, like a 98, and the palate really improves with some water. And we're talking the difference between what could have been an 85 on the palate to a 95 on the palate with some water. So for that reason, this is a 95. Really good whiskey. Honestly, one of my favorite whiskeys I've ever had. Yeah, and every sip just gets better and better and better. I'm gonna enjoy this off camera. You guys can check me out on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. You guys can also support this channel on Patreon. Cheers.